Can you guys believe it? We have more canister shells, again with a 6-shell kit. Check out these graphics on here, by the way. Raccoon always does a really good job at labeling their products. It just reminds me of like Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I don't know if you guys ever played with Yu-Gi-Oh cards when you were a kid, but I certainly did. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here, but these are called the Ring of Honor. They're 5-inch canister shells and they've got ring effects. Now, I don't know if all 6 are rings, but we're gonna find out right here on the bottom. Shell 1 is a silver lace, multicolor peonies ghost ring. Shell 2 is red lace, sea blue ghost ring. Shell number 3 is silver lace, magenta ghost ring. Number 4 is crackles, silver chrysanthemum ring. Number 5 is red lace ring with red ghost ring. And last but not least, on shell 6, this might be the longest effect besides number 1, sea blue multicolor peonies ghost ring. This reminds me a lot of the Ghostacular shell kit. However, these canister shells are gold. So maybe these effects are going to be a little better, if not somewhat different than what we saw in the Ghostacular kit. Now, I paid $39.99 plus tax for this kit of shells. One thing I did want to bring up is it is really, really tough for a consumer firework company to get a ghost effect. And it doesn't matter if it's in a NOAB, a 500-gram cake, a ball shell, or a canister shell kit. It's just really, really hard to get that wraparound when you are limited on how big you can make these stars and still get it to be the legal limit, 60 grams. So we definitely saw that they were trying to do that in Ghostacular. There were a few that actually worked, like the ghost effect. You could kind of see it wrap around. I am going to try to do a better job at recording these this time. 2 or 3 camera angles I think should suffice, but this time I'm gonna put a very long fuse on the rack so we can get super far away, and that way, you know, we'll be able to see that entire break. And I don't think there's gonna be any tails that follow these things up or mines, but just that ring shell break, we're really, really struggling to get it on video. And I know that part of that is just because we're limited on how many cameras we have. So right now we've got about 3. And to use all 3 of them and just hope that it lines up with one of them is always kind of tough. So stay tuned. We're going to shoot off all 6 of the Rings of Honor by Raccoon Fireworks. 40 bucks. What's ironic is usually I forget to tell you guys the price that I paid for the shell kit, but this time I remembered. But then I forgot to pull the shells out and show you the tube and the individual cans. So that's what we're gonna do right now. I was having a kind of a difficult time getting that out, but this is your sleeve. Raccoon Fireworks consistently does an outstanding job of not only labeling each shell for effect right here on the canister, but also putting a number that coincides with that effect. That helps if you guys own this kit yourself, but you can't light it off until the 4th of July. And let's say you're trying to build your own fireworks show. Well, then you can use my video as reference and you can look at your own sleeve of shells and go, okay, that is gonna be shell 6 right there. And we're gonna watch it happen in real time. So you guys can time out your effects or however you wanna do that. And the only other thing, I know I'm rambling about like literally a 6-shell kit, but I just want to show you the tube because we've done this in just about every canister shell video, I believe. Anyway, take a look at this thing. Same graphic that's on the front of the box. I am noticing this ring here. I don't think that was on, oh, maybe it is, yeah. It's just a little more difficult to see. This looks like something straight out of Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. I don't know if any of you guys even know what I'm talking about when I say Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, but I used to be obsessed with those things back in like middle school. But anyway, let's get these loaded up into a rack and shoot them off. All right, guys, I'm really praying for some better luck here on these ring shells by Raccoon Fireworks. Lately, I've just had terrible luck with these things. They like to break in whatever way the camera is not facing, so we never get them on video. But I definitely attached a longer fuse, and they're loaded up into the 6-shot CodyB rack. We're gonna light these. I've got 2 camera angles on them, so I'm actually gonna run that way, and then I got one of the cameras facing that way. So hopefully we'll pick up at least a few of these rings, but ideally we'd like to see all 6, so here we go. Please work. All right, so from my point of view, I think I got them all to break this way. The only issue is that fuse was really quick. Not much I can do about that, but dang it. We can never get a perfect ring shell video. I promise you guys, one day we will. We're just gonna have to get like an entire case of these bad boys and just stay out here all day long until we get all of the shells in the kit on video. But either way, those were the Ring of Honor Raccoon fireworks. As you can see, the top label is Gonzo, and we'll see you next time.